Do it yourself all the time. Do it yourself constantly. Make conclusion yourself. And every time, not grasping, both grasping, not grasping right away. Remind yourself. Can use any sentence, not grasping the not grasping, step back from the stepping back or not, the not itself. You can make conclusion in a way that not grasping, both grasping, not grasping, or not both not, or not not. Or step back from the stepping back. You can use any sentence. The effect is sudden, it's immediate, to enlightened, immediately, to release, relax, suddenly. The effect is sudden. Every time you make conclusion with the sentence, it has an effect to end and ending for everything, cut and cutting for everything. Every time you make conclusion, not both not and not not, or not grasping, both grasping, not grasping, same essence, both sentences, or give up, both give up, or not give up, it is the same essence. So remind yourself, make conclusion. Not even the not itself you can use. Not grasping, even the not grasping itself you can use it to remind yourself. That is the beginning dissolve, the beginning itself, the beginning cleanse the beginning itself. Keep recalling, and it will cut whatever you are trying to identify here, there, and it will release the released, the bloom out of the blooming, the same thing, bloom out of the blooming itself, blooming out, liberated the blooming itself. When recall, not grasping, both grasping, not grasping all the time. Remind yourself over and over, constantly remind yourself, so all and everything will suddenly release the released. It will be a sudden release the released, relax the relaxed. Don't keep on identifying with this, with that, this way, that is all about desire, being upside, overpassing. That is all about cause of suffering. Have the essence of enlightenment, make it yourself. Every time, not both not and not not, that is the essence to cut. Don't keep on having something to do with something, having suffering with the suffering. Don't keep on identifying with things. Remind yourself, cut. Not both not and not not. Not having anything, even the nothing. Not having, both having and not having. Not grasping, both grasping, not grasping. Remind yourself and then keep on reminding. Give the suddenness. Give the decisiveness to the samsara, the absolute cut for the samsara. Enlighten for the samsara. Suddenly, instantly, release, relax in a way that it is sudden, immediate. Don't waste the time going a long way, observing, noticing anything before. Don't waste the time cultivating senses, perceptions, anything. Extend this essence of suddenness to the samsara. Do it yourself. Not both not and not not. That is the essence of enlightenment directly. Don't keep on identifying with things. Do it yourself. Not both not and not not. Not both not and not not. not the not itself. Make conclusion yourself from not grasping the not grasping itself, not grasping both grasping and not grasping. And it will sudden to cut and cutting for everything. With everything, every time you make conclusion, remind yourself, with everything, and it will cut for everything, release for everything, all at once. The word everything will make you come out of the narrowness, the focus that you focus on knowing, seeing, or your body, mind, thinking, emotion, feeling, or perceptions. You're still very narrow when you focus on those. But everything has no limit. So use the word everything as the basis of the great compassion thought. Everything. Not grasping, both grasping, not grasping, together with everything. And it will be an enlightenment for everything, all at once, sudden, an instant enlightenment for everything. It's not about one thing, two things. Because of the word everything, that's why it's all and everything at once. With everything, make conclusion. Every time you do it yourself, you remind yourself it is not, both not and not. Every time you remind yourself it is not grasping, both grasping, not grasping. Everything. Constantly remind yourself the great thought, and it won't go back to focus, and it will dissolve all and everything at once. Use the word everything. Constantly remind yourself. Every time you make conclusion, you remind yourself. It will cut. Don't keep on identifying, focusing this, that. Make conclusion yourself. Everything. Everything. And make conclusion. It's not everything and then focus, looking at this, that, having something to do with everything. That is delusion. Having desire with everything. Every time you make conclusion, everything, it means not the not itself, not both not and not. That is to cut and cutting for everything simultaneously, end and ending for everything simultaneously. Do it yourself means not grasping, both grasping, not grasping. Make conclusion yourself. It is not grasping the not grasping itself. Make conclusion yourself. It means not grasping, both grasping, not grasping. That is all there is about the essence of enlightenment. Directly to the essence. It's not a long way. It is what is direct. That is the end of directness. Because it's the essence of enlightenment. So we have a lot of desire to look here, there, identifying a lot of that. And it will take you overpassing. When you focus on knowing, seeing, emotion, feeling, that is still upside. It is still overpassed. But when you make conclusion, not grasping, both grasping, not grasping, that is when it is directly to the essence and end in that directness. But when you focus on anything that is still going forward, it is still an active desire trying to do something. Whatever you focus, you identify. Sense, smell, touch. That is all about desire, doing something. So make conclusion, cut. And it won't be about anything. It won't be about identifying with anything. Not both not and not. All and everything is not about mind, knowing, seeing, body, thinking, emotion, feeling.
ไม่ใช่สมยตนะ
It's not about perception, senses, or anything. When you cut, when you make conclusion yourself, not both, not and not.
แล้วมันจะไม่ใช่ตรงอะไรเลย
It isn't about anything anymore.
พอเองขึ้นมาก็ไม่เอา
Every time
ไม่เอาเลย
you
นั่นแหละ
recall,
เอง
you remind yourself, not grasping, both grasping, not grasping.
นี่เป็นที่มาว่าตัดรู้เอง
That is
ตัดไปเอง
enlighten yourself.
ว่าแต่ซะนั่นซะนี่ซะโน่น
Don't
ไม่
keep
ตัด
on identifying this, that,
แล้วก็ทุกอย่าง
and everything.
ทีละอย่างของ
Not about one thing, two
มหา
things.
ดำริเป็นแบรนด์
That is
มหาดำ
the
ริ
great thought. Make it a basis. Everything.
ตัดและตัด
Cut
พร้อมไง
And cutting for everything simultaneously.
พอซะเองขึ้นมาก็
Every time
ไม่เองเลย
you make conclusion yourself. Not both, not and not. Not grasping the not grasping. Give up the give up.
ละเองละตัวละเอง
Make conclusion yourself. Renounce the renounced. Not the not itself. To release the released.
นั่นแหละเรียกว่าหมดตัวหมดเอง
That is to have no more of the no more itself.
มัวแต่ต้องจิตมัวแต่
If you focus on the mind,
มัวแต่ต้องลักษณะ
any state, any condition
ไปข้างหน้าอยู่
that is still a desire going somewhere.
รู้จิตเนี่ยก็ถือว่าจิตมัน
When you are aware of the mind, it's already
ตัณหา
overpassed.
ยังตรงไปข้างหน้าอยู่
Desire still
เพราะว่า
pushing.
เนี่ยมันสั้นหมดสั้นโลก
But
มันเป็นเรื่อง
when you make conclusion,
การตัดจับพัน
it is a sudden essence of
พัน
enlightenment.
เลยไม่ต้องอ้อม
It's a sudden cut. It's not a long
ตรง
way.
ลูกตรงหมดตรงเอง
Don't even keep on the direct line, direct
แล้ว
path.
เราก็ซะเองกัน
In the directness
ตลอด
here
เองแล้วก็ซะเองอีก
Make conclusion
นั่นแหละลูก
constantly.
ไม่มันทั้งไม่ทั้ง
Not
ไม่
both, not and not.
หมดทั้งตัวไม่ไม่
Having no more of either not or not. Not grasping, both grasping, not grasping. No more of grasping, not
ไม่
grasping.
มีมันทั้งมี
Not
ทั้งไม่มี
having, both having, not
หม
having.
ดทั้งตัวมีหมด
No
ทั้ง
more
ตัว
of
ไม่
both
มี
having and not having.
และทั้งหมดที่เรียกว่าซะเอง
That is all there is about making conclusion yourself.
มันยังกลายเป็นเนื้อหาที่
And
วั
that
ชระขึ้นมาเรียกว่าฉับพลัน
Is a sudden
ฉับ
enlightenment.
พลัน
A sudden essence of enlightenment. That is sudden and
ตัวสัง
instant.
เกตนี่งุ่มง่ามมากมันก็เรียกว่าตัณหา
It's not clumsy, it's not slow. When you notice, you observe, it is still
ตัวพิจารณา
clumsy, it is still slow.
ไอ้ฉับพลันก็ต้องซะเอง
When you contemplate, that is desire. Creating that contemplation is not sudden. If you want to make it an absolute cut, a sudden
ตัว
cut,
สังเกตไม่ใช่
not
การเอา
the dot
ตัวสัง
itself.
เกตตัวรู้ไม่ใช่การเอาซ้อนตัวรู้
Observing, noticing isn't about grasping, overlaying.
ตัวพิจารณาไม่ใช่การเอาซ้อนในตัวพิจารณาอย่าง
To
เนี้ย
contemplate.
ตัวพิจารณาไอ้ตัวพิจารณามันยังเป็นตัว
It isn't about grasping on the contemplation.
มันยังเป็นเพราะเป็นชาติในตัวสังเกตอยู่
The contemplation, observing, noticing.
ตัวรู้มันก็ยังเป็น
Those are still realms of existence. Even the knowing itself, it is still a realm of existence. Don't keep any of those. From not the not itself, make conclusion, not grasping the not grasping.
เองเรื่อยๆสิ
Constantly remind yourself, not the not itself.
เรียกว่าตัดตัวตัดเองไอ้
That
ไม่
is
ตัว
to
ไม่
cut
เองก็
the
เรียกว่า
cutting
ตัดตัว
itself,
ตัดเอง
not the not itself. It is to cut the cutting itself.
แล้วก็พร้อมกัน
And with everything,
ไม่ได้สอนให้ใจแคบ
it is not about being narrow
เนี่ยมันยิ่งกว่า
and selfish. To focus on yourself and do it for yourself.
ใจกว้างอะไร
It is for everything.
ไม่ได้สอนให้เป็นสิ่งที่ใจแคบใจกว้าง
It isn't about having
ขอบเขตเนี่ย
a narrow mind
ยิ่งกว่าแคบ
or open mind. It is beyond both narrow and open.
ดังนั้นทุกอย่างที่มันไม่ใช่
So
เกาะยึดทุกอย่าง
everything
ทุกอย่างที่มันไม่ใช่
that
อะไร
isn't about identifying, holding on everything. It is everything that isn't about grasping on everything.
อะไรในทุกสิ่งทุกอย่าง
It is everything that is not about identifying with everything.
จึงให้ไหม้มันทั้งไหม้
That's why I said not both not and not together with everything. That is to cut both cut and not cut all together everything.
ไม่ใช่ไปมัวแต่ตัณหาดัดจริต
It isn't about having desire, pretending to create this, that, making it this way, that way. That is mental karma.
มัวแต่มโนกรรมมโนเวรอยู่
That is mental karma, mental karmic difficulty. Having desire, creating this, that. Cut directly,
ตัวตัดเองเลย
directly, cut,
ตรงหมดตรง
cut
สิ
directly, cut the cutting itself.
อะไรๆก็ไหม้เลยสิ
Be direct
ทั้งไหม้ทั้งไม่ไหม้
and end that
เลยสิ
directness. Direct in a way that there is no directness.
อะไรๆก็ไหม้เลยสิ
Everything,
ทั้งไหม้
not,
ทั้งไหม้เลยสิ
not, both not and not, right away. Everything, anything
ตรงสลายตัวตรงเองสิ
direct that has no
ตรง
directness.
อะไร
Direct that dissolve the directness itself. It's not about being direct to anything, to anywhere. Not keep on identifying with things, focusing on anything. Cut.
อะไรๆก็ไหม้เลยสิ
Anything, just not.
ไหม้มันทั้งไหม้ทั้งไม่ไหม้เลย
Not
สิ
both not and not.
ไหม้แม้กระทั่งตัวไหม้
Not
เองสิ
even the not itself.
ตัดตัวตัดเองหมด
Cut
ตัวหมด
the
เอง
cutting
จบตัวจบเอง
End the ending.
อย่ามัวแต่ไปจบอะไร
Don't
มัน
keep
เป็น
on trying to end anything that is desire.
ไหม้ตัวไหม้เอง
Cut the cutting itself,
ตัวไหม้
not
ไม่เหลือ
the
ตัว
not
ไหม้
itself.
เอง
Even the not having the not.
อะไรๆก็ไหม้เลยสิ
Whatever it is, just not.
ไหม้มันทั้งไหม้
Not
ไม่ไหม้
both not and not.
แปลว่าตัดมันทั้งตัว
That is
ตัด
to
มันทั้ง
cut
ตัวไม่
both
ตัด
cut and not cut. Make conclusion yourself.
ซะเองเลยลูกทุกอย่างก็ซะเอง
Do it yourself, everything.
ถ้าทุกอย่างคือทุกอย่างเนี่ยมันจะเกิดอะไรขึ้นรู้ไหม
If you identify with everything, it will be a great suffering.
หาทุกข์เลย
If you keep identifying with everything instead of make conclusion for everything, it will become great suffering.
มหาทุกข์เลย
It's not a great compassion, but it will become great
เป็น
suffering.
มหาทุกข์นั่นแหละทุกข์เลยดังนั้นคำว่าทุกอย่างนี่ก็
So
เองสิ
when you recall the word everything, it has to be cut, both cut and not cut, not both not and not. It is everything. It has to be everything that is not anything.
ถ้าอะไรใน
That
ทุก
has
อย่างนี่ก็
nothing to do with everything. If you still identifying with everything, have something to do with everything, it becomes great suffering.
กุณาไม่สลายมหากุณา
If the great compassion doesn't dissolve the great compassion itself, it will be a great suffering.
ดังนั้นก็ซะเองเลย
So
ทุกอย่างนี่ก็ซะเอง
make
เลย
conclusion yourself.
อย่ามัวแต่
Everything.
ทุกอย่างคือทุกอย่าง
Everything means make conclusion and cut and dissolve and cleanse for everything.
ทุกอย่าง
It is not everything that you identify and you focused or have something to do with everything. Every time you use the word everything, not having, both having, not having, not both not and not.
นี่แหละที่เรียกว่าทุกอย่างที่มันไม่ใช่อะไร
That
ในทุก
is
อย่างแต่มันมี
Everything that has nothing to do with everything.
จากไหม้มันทั้งไหม้ทั้ง
From not both not and not.
มัน
That's why it has the power to extinguish everything. Constantly remind yourself. Constantly remind yourself over and over. Do it already. Do it again. Every time you remind yourself that is not both not and not grasping both grasping not grasping. Do it yourself. No more fixate. Release. Every time you remind yourself not both not and not that is no more of both cut and not cut. Right there. Every time you remind yourself not grasping both grasping not grasping, there is no more fixate, release, no more of trying to fixate, release. Every time you remind yourself not grasping both grasping not grasping, and it will automatically have no more fixate, release. Don't be narrow and limited within yourself. Fixate only on thinking, emotion, feeling. That is too focused, limited, narrow. But when you open out to the society, to the matter of the public, that is a lot of desire as well. You have to go on. It is something without limit. It is beyond narrow and wide. It is from not grasping both grasping not grasping. It is from not attached both attached and not attached. It is from give up both give up not give up. That's why it has no limit. And it is beyond both narrow or wide. It isn't about eyes, ears, mind, or body. It isn't about anything. So constantly remind yourself. Make conclusion that is beyond the conclusion itself. Make conclusion yourself that is not about grasping on that conclusion. End it yourself. Not grasping even the not grasping. Not grasping both grasping not grasping. Don't have to worry body mind. Don't have to worry about knowing not knowing, seeing not seeing. Don't have to worry about perception senses. Your organs, that is desire that make you worry. It is the desire that manipulate your mind to worry. It is desire that create and manipulate. That is all there is about cause of suffering. That is the source of the cause of suffering. So not even the not itself. Not worry about the not itself. The not regret about losing the not. The not worry about the not. The not regret about losing the not itself. So not both not and not. Every time you make conclusion with everything, every time you remind yourself everything with everything,
ไม่เอามันทั้งเอาทั้ง
not
ไม่เอา
grasping, both grasping, not grasping, together with everything. Bloom out of the blooming.
คลายทิ้งคลายออก
Release
คลายทิ้ง
the
คลาย
release
ออก
out.
เองเรื่อยๆมันจะได้ไม่
Constantly remind yourself,
เองเรื่อยๆแล้วมันจะไม่มัวแต่งมไม่มัวแต่สารวน
and you won't
สารวนในการสัง
be
ในการ
fixated
เรียกว่าสารวนทั้งหมด
on contemplating, noticing, observing, knowing, seeing.
เรียกว่าสังสาร
When you obsess, that is a cycle of samsara. That is a samsara. It is a cycle because you keep on repeating something in a pattern.
แล้วก็ตัดสรู้อยู่แล้วว่าไอ้ซะเองนี่มันคืออะไรซะเองนี่คือไม่มันทั้งไม่
So
ทั้งไม่ไม่เอง
enlighten
นี่ก็คือสละมันทั้งตัวสละตัวไม่
to the fact that
ก็ตัดสรู้อยู่แล้วว่าไอ้
when you make conclusion yourself,
คือไม่เอามันทั้งเอาทั้งไม่เอานั่นเอง
it means
ซะเองนี่ก็
not
คือ
grasping, both grasping, not grasping.
ซะเอง
Do it yourself. Make conclusion yourself. Mean not attach, both attach, not attach. Constantly remind yourself. Every time you remind yourself, it means not attach, both attach, not attach. Every time you think of the great compassion, it means not grasping, both grasping, not grasping.
นั่นก็คือเนื้อหาที่มันตัดสรู้กันแบบฉับพลันตัดและตัดช่วยกันแบบฉับพลัน
To do it yourself, to make conclusion yourself, to remind yourself, it means to recall the essence of enlightenment, the sudden enlightenment. Every time you make conclusion, not, it will cut any fixation, observing. The fixation you have with body, mind, knowing, seeing, it will cut. When not grasping, both grasping, not grasping, that is the end of realms of existence. It is a cut. Meditation, it isn't about holding on to meditation. Mindfulness isn't about holding on to mindfulness. It isn't about holding on to anything, watching over anything. So not grasping, both grasping, not grasping, that is the end of both knowing or not knowing. That is the end of both knowing and not knowing. So do it yourself constantly. Make it beyond big heart, small heart. Every time you make conclusion yourself, not grasping, both grasping, not grasping, every time it has no limit. It's not having, both having, not having, with everything. Make it beyond big heart, small heart. Whatever it is, just not both not and not right away. There is no more of cut, not cut.
ดีหมดไม่ดี
no more good, bad,
หมดทั้งดีหมดทั้งไม่ดี
no more of
หมด
both
หมด
good
หมดหมดตัวหมด
and bad, no
หม
more
ดตัวไม่หมด
of both no more or not no more.
นอกเหนือแก่เกิดนอกเหนือเกิดแก่เจ็บตายอะไรแล้วก็ไม่สิไม่มันทั้ง
Just
ไม่
not
ไม่
go
ไม่ได้
beyond
นอกเหนือเกิดแก่เจ็บตาย
birth,
ธรรมดา
aging,
นอกเหนือ
sickness
ธรรมดา
and death, beyond normal and not
แต่
normal.
ว่าแต่มึงตายกูก็ตายเหมือนกัน
Not only you will die, I will die as
มึงก็
well.
ตายกูก็ตายมึง
You
ก็
will
เจ็บ
die, I will die as well. You sick, I'm sick.
อะไรๆก็ไม่
So whatever it is,
ไม่
just
ทั้ง
not,
ไม่ทั้งไม่
not,
ไม่
both not and
ไม่
not
ได้
not.
นอกเหนือ
So it is
แก่
beyond
เจ็บตาย
birth, aging, sickness
ได้
and death.
อยู่ต่อหน้าท่านก็ดูดี
When you are in front of me,
ไปก็
you look
ซะ
good.
นั่นซะนี่ซะซะ
But-
เหวอะไรอยู่นั่นแหละ
Behind my back, you always have something to do with something.
แบบนี้ทั้งวันทั้งคืนเลยไหมล่ะ
Should we just hang out together like this all day, all night? And when we die, we can burn right here. Every time you make conclusion yourself, open, widely, scatter out. Give up, both give up, not give up. Release the release out. Expand out. Every time you recall, step back from the stepping back. Step back from body, mind, step back from things, step back from knowing, seeing, and step back from the stepping back. Step back from thinking, emotion, feelings. Step back from the stepping back itself. Step back from knowing, not knowing, seeing, or not seeing. Step back from the stepping back itself. The step back, dissolve the stepping back itself. Step back, not having the step back left. No more inner, outer. No more desire, inner or outer. No more attachment, inner and outer. no more of the no more itself.
พอซะเองขึ้นมาว่า
Every time you make
ตัว
conclusion
เอง
yourself, step back from the
ตัว
stepping
รู้
back.
ถอยตัวรู้เองตัวเห็น
Knowing,
ถอย
step
ตัว
back from the
เอง
knowing itself.
ถอยตัว
Seeing,
เอง
step back from the seeing.
ถอยเอง
The
ถอย
mind,
ตัว
step
เอง
back from the mind self. Outer, step back from the outer. Inner, step back from the inner.
ถอยตัวไม่ถอยหมดอุปทาน
No more of step back, not step back. No more delusion. Inner, outer. No more attachment. Inner, outer. No more grasping, not grasping. You still with the mind, you still grasping on the mind. When you are with the knowing, you still grasping on knowing. Whatever you are with, you still grasping on that. So don't keep on being with anything.
ตรงมันก็คดในตรงนั่นแหละ
It's not about being with anything.
เอาซ้อนไง
That is distorted because there is still a grasping, because you're trying to attach to something that unattachable.
ก็ถอยจากตัวถอย
So step back from the stepping back,
ไม่เอาเองก็ไม่เอา
not grasping from the not grasping itself, everything.